Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. Today I have an intriguing horror film from 2022 to share with you called The Cellar. But be warned, spoilers lie ahead, so stay alert and take care. The film revolves around the Woods family as they move into their new house in the countryside. Kira and Brian, the parents, are proud of their purchase and excited for the children, Steve and Ellie, to experience their new home. However, Ellie is not as thrilled. She resents leaving her friends behind and feels disconnected from her parents, believing they don't understand her. Their new house, named Zeos, has some particular features. Above each door, except for one with a pentagon, there are strange letters from an unfamiliar letter with a triangle beneath them. Additionally, an old painting of a man with a raised finger hangs on one of the walls. While exploring the cellar, they find nothing remarkable, but on their way out, the door accidentally shuts, trapping Ellie inside. The faulty lock makes it impossible for her to open it, and she senses something approaching her in the darkness. Fear takes hold of her. Fortunately, they discover a key hanging nearby, allowing Brian to rescue Ellie. Later that evening, Kira asks Ellie to babysit Steven while she and Brian attend an urgent office meeting. As Ellie chats with an old friend on the phone, she gets startled by a mysterious figure, only to realize it's just Steven dressed in a cloak and wearing a particular mask he found in the hidden compartment in the recreational room. The family had been unaware of the secret compartment, so Ellie decides to investigate further. Inside, she discovers a plaque with the inscription Solve et Coagula, an ancient record player, and an abacus. Steven shares a rumor that the house used to belong to a witch who made a pact with the devil. Intrigued, he asks Ellie if they can try out the record player. After successfully getting the record player to work, they hear a man's voice reciting an equation written on the record before it begins counting. Several hours later, an old gust of wind emanates from under the cellar door, plunging the entire house into darkness as the power goes out. Ellie, frightened, contacts her mother for assistance. Kira advises her to go to the cellar and check the breaker circuit, but Ellie's fear prevents her from entering the dark room. Kira then shares a personal trick of hers, counting, to clear her mind in stressful situations. Guiding Ellie through the phone, Kira encourages her with each step, urging her to count. The 10th step should be the last, but when Ellie reaches it, she closes her eyes and loses consciousness. On the other end of the line, Kira hears Ellie continuing to count beyond 30 without responding to her, prompting both Kira and Brian to rush home. Upon their return, they search the house but find no trace of Ellie. Concerned, they contact the police, who conduct a fruitless search of the surrounding woods. Since there is no evidence of a crime and Ellie has previously run away from home, the authorities advise the parents to await news, speculating that she may be at a friend's house. In the morning, the family enlists the help of neighbors to comb through the forest again, but their efforts yield no results. Brian assumes Ellie ran away due to their recent disagreement, but Kira disagrees. She firmly believes that something sinister has befallen Ellie, as her voice sounded eerily strange while counting. Days pass, and Kira, overwhelmed by guilt for being unaware of Ellie's online bullying, requests forensic investigators to investigate the cellar. However, the detective reminds Kira that he cannot do more since it's not a criminal case. Kira goes home and notices the phrase Solve et Coagula carved above the front door. She decides to search for the meaning online while Steven plays with the ball near the cellar door. The search results reveal that it's connected to an old alchemy and means dissolve and coagulate. Kira calls Steven over and they discover that the phrase is related to a sea creature called Leviathan in Jewish mythology. Kira continues her investigation and finds disturbing faces painting on the cellar walls using a UV light. The police finally sends the forensics team, but they find no other clues. Kira's curiosity leads her to search for the previous owner's history and discovers that the Featherstone family had gone missing in the house. Kira hears Ellie's voice counting from the sink pipes and follows it into the cellar, where she accidentally kicks Steven's ball down the stairs. The ball keeps bouncing for longer than expected, and Kira goes downstairs to find it but fails. Kira wakes up to Steven wetting his bed and later hears Ellie's voice coming from the cellar again. She enters the cellar and sees a keyhole from an animal eye staring back at her. The cellar door opens on its own and Kira finds Steven outside. They enter the cellar together, but Kira accidentally drops her phone, causing a beast to approach. Brian arrives just in time to let them out. Kira visits a mathematician who reveals that Featherstone had worked with Erin. The equation represents other dimensions. Kira buys a new phone and receives a call from the mathematician, who explains that the equation connected to alchemy and other dimensions. Brian tries to destroy the equation plaque but fails. The record player plays and Steven finds a pale-looking Ellie counting with card glyphs on her face. Steven calls for help, but when his parents arrive, the record player is stuck on number 10 and Ellie is missing, leaving only her phone behind. The next day, Kira receives a call from a realtor, who provides information on Featherstone's daughter's whereabouts. Kira goes to a nursing home and finds an elderly Rose in the wheelchair in the chapel. Rose doesn't speak much, but Kira tells her about Ellie and asks for help. After a moment of silence, Rose writes down Leviathan and explains it's one of the 7 princes of health. Rose's father brought it into this world to cure his brother's illness. The ritual isn't just confined to the cellar, it encompasses the whole house. On her way back, Kira tries to call Forenet, but the line only has a static and voice counting. Meanwhile, Brian does some research of his own and discovers that the triangles and pentagon from a 5-pointed star represent the demon Baphomet. This demon is the gatekeeper of hell. The picture of Baphomet shows him making the same hand sign as Featherstone on the painting. His arms also say Solve Coagula. When Kira sees this, she realizes Rose was right. The whole house is designed around this demon. Kira turns on the record player and explains the equation likely opens the gate. At the same time, Steven loses control of his drone and follows it into the cellar, counting each step. Baphomet awaits him at the bottom and the power goes out as Steven screams. Kira and Brian search the house but can't find Steven. When his ball bounces down the stairs, he hears a voice counting and follows it into the hidden compartment. They take Steven away, discovering he has a high fever and a star carved on his chest. Steven remembers riding a hornet beast and starts counting again. Kira finds Brian counting down in another room and he also reaches 0. He announces that he's there. The cellar door opens and a strong wind blows as Baphomet approaches. Kira hides in another room but is eventually found by Baphomet. She runs into the cellar with a flashlight where she finds the stairs have become longer and there is a door at the end. Kira waits for Baphomet to leave without further exploring. She discovers a tunnel and crosses it, leading her to a vast area filled with lost souls walking and counting. Kira finds Ellie among them due to her tattoo and takes her back into the stairs. As they hurry back into the house, Kira hears Baphomet chasing them. She drops the flashlight but manages to close the cellar door, trapping the beast inside. The family is safe, but Kira suggests they leave. However, when she approaches the entrance, she finds her flashlight on the floor. The family begins counting and Kira opens the door to reveal the long stairs on the other side. The house is no longer in the woods, but is a desolate land. The lesson obtained from the movie could be that there are dark forces or hidden dangers that exist within seemingly ordinary and familiar environments. It teaches us to be cautious and aware of our surroundings, as well as to trust our instincts and seek help when faced with supernatural and unknown phenomena. Additionally, the movie highlights the importance of family bonds and the lengths a parents would go to protect their child. So that was all for today. I hope you guys enjoyed watching the video. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel to show your support.